Today, I'm unboxing and reviewing one of the craziest alien statues on the market, the Rogue Alien Battle Diorama from Prime One Studios. So a little background on this piece, the Rogue Alien was actually manufactured by humans, an alien hybrid, so to speak, to battle against other xenomorphs. But for one in particular one was the Queen. It was the arch nemesis, basically, of the Queen. And it was designed to destroy the Queen and any xenomorph in the hive. So this is the one half of the whole battle diorama. And yeah, been waiting for this for a long time, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So this thing came in 3 massive boxes. We're gonna go ahead and open this box first. This is gonna be the base. So let's get this bad boy out and take a look. And take a look at the first box, guys. I mean, this base is humongous. I mean, that's actually an understatement. When you actually, I put my hand there so you can see the size comparison. I mean, this thing is huge. Probably one of the biggest bases I've ever seen in person. Let me go ahead and unwrap the little spikes that go on his back off to the left there so you can see them. And there you go. That's how that looks. Second box is going to have the main body, 2 arms and 1 switch out for the left arm, and then you also have the small xenomorph arm and then a xenomorph hand there. And the last and final box is going to have the portrait, and it looks like a big wall piece that attaches to the base, the alien rogue's tail, another part of the base, which is like a pillar, and the face hugger. All right. I got my wife helping me out here. Massive base. Just wanted to show you the bottom real quick. 133 of 200. This is the EX version. It's got the big portrait of the alien at the bottom. And we're gonna put this down right here so we don't break anything. Doing a quick scan over the base. It is crazy looking with all the detail, and it's just got so much going on. We're going to kind of break this up into sections, and we're going to start over here with these eggs. These 4 eggs over here are awesome looking. I love how Prime One did this slime effect from the flaps opening up like the face hugger is in the middle of coming out. And then you got the 3 closed eggs right behind it. And then you got these like tendrils kind of growing all over the platform of this ship. Love how they did the paint and the glossy wet look throughout the whole statue. I just love this. And in the middle here you have 2 more eggs, 1 open, 1 closed. Obviously this one looks like it's toppled over. You got a little bit of this green like gunk or slime coming out of it, out of the opening there. And then again with the tendrils kind of crawling all over the place. They got this like worm look to them, and it's like these creepy looking gigantic worms, but obviously part of the hive creep just growing all over the ship. I love the way that looks, and I think they did a good job there. And in this corner over here, you got 2 dead xenomorphs. They really took this statue to the next level with these 2 dead aliens. It's almost their whole body integrated into the base. This looks awesome. There is no lack of detail in the body in both these aliens, especially in the tail. Everywhere on the alien. Actually, the head's got really cool detail. It looks just like their Prime One warrior that came out recently. That's a whole statue, but you just have a smaller version of it built into the base. So really good job with that. Next, let's go ahead and key the alien body. And there's 1 peg on the left foot. The other one doesn't have a peg. It just kind of rests on this side. You want to be really careful because you don't want to scratch the base with the feet or the nails of the alien. So as far as the sculpt of the body, I mean, it looks fantastic. I mean, it's got these crazy looking tendrils coming off the back. The legs have so much detail. I mean, the whole body has so much detail going through it. The chest Got some really good sculpt work in the front. You still have that wet look going throughout the whole alien. The feet or the claws have a really nice contrast again with that gray on the red. I like how the feet look. They look very, very vicious, like vicious claws. The pose, as far as his legs and the way he's standing, it was executed well. So yeah, body so far, knock out of the park. Next, we're gonna add part of the ship on the back here, which seems to be like a wall or something. And the alien hive is growing on top of it. So a couple things with this wall that I just added. One of the things that I noticed, it's got a pretty good seam line going across the bottom of the wall where it connects to the base. Not too crazy visible from the front. You know, it's not too sore on the eyes, but I would like to see it a little bit more cleaner as far as it being more flush together. Also, another thing is it does add a lot more width to the base. So this piece is a space hog, so you want to make sure you have the right spot for it if you decide that you want to pick it up. The pros though, I do love the wall. It's got like this red piping going across it, and you could tell like it's part of a building or a ship somewhere. So I really like that, and I like the way they did the small details in the wall itself. So yeah, I don't mind the wall. I actually like it added to the base, but for other people, they might not have as much space. So they probably shouldn't have added the wall, but for me, I like it. Some other collectors might not care for it very much. Here's the bony little alien hand for the xenomorph in the corner of the base. That's how it looks there. And that plugs in right here. Doesn't feel like it has a magnet or anything. It feels like it just rests there. And here's a face hugger. The detail on this one's not that great actually, but doesn't look bad. But we're gonna add that to the base right here. And that just keys in front of that egg that's toppled over. Here's another part of the ship. And it's got like this pillar with more of the hive growing around it. And that keys in right here. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. Next is his left hand. And a lot of detail again with this arm. And you also have a dead alien that he's carrying that's ripped in half. You can see the inner mouth is kind of drooping over the side because he's dead already. And you got the guts, the green guts hanging out the bottom. That looks really cool. And then you also have this arm that you can key in right here. That just magnetizes there. The magnets feel really weak on this statue. We'll add this to his body. You just want to be really careful. And this should go straight in like so. But again, no magnet on this arm. It's just got a long rod that kind of keeps it in place, and it looks like it rests on his leg, which I don't know if I like that rubbing against there like that, but still looks awesome. Just makes me a little worried. Here is the right hand or the right arm. A couple things I noticed. Right here, the paint is a little sloppy. You got a little bit of overspray. Doesn't look as clean right there. Not a huge deal, but definitely a little bit noticeable. Looks like you got a little bit more right there. So a little sloppy right here with the paint job, but you just got to look really close at it. But the hand looks super creepy. Long gray nails, bony hands. Got this huge blade on the elbow portion of his body, like he uses it like maybe it's part of a weapon or uses it as a weapon. And again, magnet's really weak or non-existent. I don't even think this has a magnet. I think it just has a long rod, so maybe that was the intention. But yeah, super loose. Makes me, again, a little nervous, but as long as no one touches it, it shouldn't move. And on the back here, we're going to key in some of these spikes that come off his back. Now the cool thing about this is they're all color coordinated. So all you got to do is match up the colors with where it keys. The keys right here. Very loose again. Yeah, I don't like the fact that a lot of these pieces are super loose when going in. Like I said, the rods are a little bit longer than usual, so I think that's how they were maybe that was their way of saving on magnets. But yeah, they just kind of sit in there. There's no way that it's magnetized. And here's another one. The yellow one goes at the bottom, and then I'm just gonna knock out the other side. That's how all the spikes on the back look after they're all in. It's a lot different looking from typical aliens, like I said before, but I like different, and this is definitely different. So I think it looks really cool. And the tail. This thing looks crazy. I love it. Really bony looking tail, and it's got like that knife tip to it, probably how it does most of its killing. And that plugs in, obviously, back here. This in. And it looks wicked. I love the way that tail looks. And finally, here's the portrait. You got the raging portrait with the inner mouth open as well. I really like how this looks. You got like these spines coming off the top, or these spikes. Here's the side of it. A lot of detail. And then here's the bottom of the portrait. Nice big peg right there. And we're going to go ahead and key this in. There we go. That's how that looks there. There's only one portrait with this statue. There's no exclusive portrait or anything like that. It just has the arm swap out. Let's get the dimensions on this. The width, obviously, the largest part is about 38 inches. The height, if you're measuring from the bottom, right around 26.5 inches, 27 inches. Depth is going to be right around 27 inches there. So definitely, like I said, a space hog. You want to make sure you got a good amount of space for it. It's very, very heavy. I think it weighs about 80 or 90 pounds collectively as a whole. But is it worth it? Is this statue worth it? You know, it's a pretty expensive statue. I think it was like 18 or 1900 bucks. I had Sideshow reward points, so I cashed a bunch of that in, a couple $100 there. So I saved a good amount with that. But shipping was killer. I mean, killer on shipping on this. I think it was like $549 for shipping. So it came in 3 huge boxes, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So yeah, it does bring the price of the statue. I mean, you got $549 for shipping and then another $200 from Sideshow for taxes. So like an additional 700 bucks for a statue that's not even going towards a statue. It's just getting to you. So yeah, ton of money. Kind of the downside of that is the size, the money aspect as far as shipping, the weight. But if you're a really big Aliens fan and you like Alien statues, I highly encourage you to get this. This is like a forever piece for me. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I love the color of the overall statue. Again, I love the base, how they integrated everything. It can be a little busy seeing it from a distance, but when you get a little bit closer, it looks a lot better and you can see the details a little bit better. So kind of a pro and a con there. Another pro is the paint and everything was pretty good for the most part. There are some spots where it's a little bit sloppy, but it's not too noticeable. And obviously, like I mentioned before, the wall adds to the width, which is a con for me. I like the fact that they add the xenomorphs at the bottom, the dead xenomorphs. I think that adds to, being next level as far as a statue. And the eggs look magnificent. They're fantastic looking. I mean, I think they were done so well with the slime around the openings, and the paint was done very well on the eggs. So overall, very happy with this statue. Glad I bought it. Probably going to keep it forever. If you're on the fence about it and you have the space for it, I say grab it. It does go along with, like I said before, another part of the battle diorama, which is the queen alien that kind of keys or matches up with it. So I think those will look epic together. Not sure if I'm still getting the queen. I'm still on the fence about it just because of the cost of these things and getting to you. They cost a lot of money, but still considering it. And yeah, great statue. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching my review and unboxing of this amazing statue. If you enjoyed what you saw today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button on the way out. I would greatly appreciate it. A lot of work goes into these reviews, but I love doing it just to show you guys the detail and the craftsmanship that go into these amazing pieces. But anyway, thank you for joining us today. And thank you for joining me here at the collector's table, where every collector has a seat.